Hi everyone. Well, we're going to go over a modified guillotine. It's going to be a arm across the throat guillotine, and we're going to hit that from a head and arm position, which is going to be pretty common in MMA and very common in jiu-jitsu. So, with this choke, I'm going to actually be choking him with his own arm. It is going to be pressure on my arm, but it's also going to be his own, sort of like a head and arm triangle choke or an actual, regular triangle. So. Raising turtle position, or referee's position as it's called in wrestling, and I managed to get a head and arm position on. So my head and arm position is going to be here, and with that, my right shoulder is on Ray's right shoulder, and I'm going to put a lot of pressure there. The grip I like to use is what's called the gable grip. I'm going to put my thumbs together, just rotate perpendicular with each other, and just slap them down. Now I just cup this way. That's a really tight grip. You don't want to use your thumbs because your thumb is the weakest part. Your thumb's going to fail first. So as soon as your thumbs fail, your whole grip is lost. So I have a head and arm on Ray, cupping tight in the shoulder. And he's going to base out here. He's going to keep, his elbows wide, because if I get his elbow across his throat, not only is there this choke that I'm about to show you, but there's a dart, an anaconda, a ton of other stuff. So I grip in the armpit, and I'm gonna pull this outside elbow, my left elbow, across my body here. That's gonna put his bicep across his throat. And you also wanna make sure that you have some weight on him. For demonstrative purposes, I'm on one knee right now, so I don't kill Ray and just crush him. But if you're actually doing this live, if you're on both toes, that's gonna be a little bit better. So from here, I got his arm across. With my hand underneath, I'm gonna grab his shoulder. It's kind of between his tricep and his shoulder, almost high in his armpit. And then with this outside hand, I'm gonna cup it just like I would a regular guillotine grip. So I cup his arm, grab my own wrist, and now I'm gonna slide inside of his guard, almost like you would, you'd imagine like a baseball slide. So I'm gonna step, I scoop my hips underneath him, and I put my ankle, the ankle underneath him, right in his hip. Now this other leg is gonna go over the top of his back. And now I'm going to squeeze, and I'm going to arch here, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on him. So I'm going to show you from another angle so you can see what I'm doing inside. So I got his arm across here, and as I'm inside, so his arm's actually on his throat, and I'm going to squeeze right here and just extend my hips. So one more time from the opposite angle so you can see what's going on over here. So I have my grip, pull across, so I'm pulling his arm across. Now you can see my grip high. I step inside and I slide. Come over the top with his opposite leg, and I'm just gonna squeeze and choke him out. And the good thing about this choke is if you can't finish the choke for whatever reason, he's defending well. If he pops his head out, so I'm trying to squeeze, I can't finish, he pops his head out, you're right in position for that arm drag. So sometimes I'll even get this, hoping that they pop their head out, just so I can drag. Now from here I can go head and arm, take his back, and do a lot of other things too. So that's how you're gonna choke somebody with a head and arm guillotine.